Hi Cancer, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your June 2021 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps this channel get seen by more people, and that makes me astoundingly happy. So thank you all so much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Cancer. June 2021, money and career, Cancer. June 2021, money and career, Cancer. June 2021, money and career, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels. Cancer. June 2021, money and career, Cancer. June 2021, money and career, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. The bottom is our rooted self. The top is the energy that crowns us during this time. So let's see what our roots have to say. We have Judgment and we have the Sun. That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Okay, and the energy that crowns us, Temperance and the Four of Swords. All right, that brings everything kind of into play. But we have 3 major arcana cards out of 4 cards right here. So this is a time that isn't playing around. The energy that comes your way and the power that is moving you forward is playing for keeps, and it's also playing towards a greater goal, a greater, vision for what is to come. So do be mindful of that. Let's see the energy that we need to be mindful of during this time. What is the energy that Cancer needs to be mindful of? June 2021, money and career. What is the energy that Cancer needs to be mindful of? June 2021, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. The Hermit. So Hermit is Virgo energy. It is also a sense of turning too deeply within ourselves during this time. So we can have a tendency to pull back too much and be way too much in our own heads. So we do have to be mindful of that. The Hermit, up to a certain extent, is a very good thing. When we are self-respectful, self-reflective, looking at things in a very open and honest way, turning inward, saying to the world, you know what, no, what you're saying I should want isn't necessarily what I want or what I need or what sustains me. That's a really good thing. But when we get too much into our own heads and we it's kind of like acting like a teenager where you close the doors and you're like, no, I don't want to hear from anybody. That's kind of the energy that comes up here. So it's being very mindful of that energy, and it's being very mindful of, again, being too much in our own heads and letting ourselves really kind of run wild with things. So do watch out for that. Now, let's see what our chakra energy is for this time. Cancer. June 2021, money and career, Cancer. June 2021, money and career, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This one. Mother Earth. So a grounding is very much needed during this time. Mother Earth is letting us know that, yes, being an Earth Mother. When we say Earth Mother, we mean somebody very kind of go with the flowy, very, very rooted to the earth, very caring, very compassionate. And so we look at Mother Earth and we see that. But Mother Earth is also ferocity. It's tornadoes and hurricanes and blizzards, and it's unforgiving heat and unforgiving cold. And so it's also respecting and taking in that energy too. During this time with the Earth Star Chakra, the energy that grounds us is both caring and nurturing, and forceful, destructive, and unforgiving. And understanding that, even about our own nature and our own selves, is going to be a game changer during this time, because we have ourselves being resurrected, coming out of the darkness, coming out of the box. And we could have wanted to be out of the box for a very long time, rising into our power, rising into our voice, rising to a place that we want to be. Now we're answering a higher call for that. We're seeing that there is more to what we want, more to what we need, more to what we desire than we had originally realized. And as we rise, we are empowered. As we rise, we see ourselves more openly and more honestly, but we also see ourselves coming out of a confinement that we didn't want. And it could have been a fear of ours as we were younger. I don't want to be in a box. I don't want to have to do the 9 to 5 or the whatever it is that I have to do in order to make it. And we can find ourselves in that place that we said I never wanted to be. And now we're going to start to find ourselves rising, because we're going to start to be looking at things differently. We might keep the job because, it pays the bills and it keeps the lights on, which is astoundingly important. But there's also a sense of giving time and effort to something that calls to our heart. That's something that lets us shine. And that brings forward success, be it monetary success or what we value as much as money. And remember, Spirit actually values what we value as much as money more than monetary success, because Spirit doesn't understand money as we do. It understands comfort, but it also brings comfort only up to a certain point. So understanding this during this time is going to be very important. Understanding the sense of breaking through barriers, of, grasping ideas and desires, and knowing what it is that we want and what it is that we need and where it is that we want to be is going to be astoundingly important to us, and something that we're finding the balance to. There's also a sense of rising out of pain, hurt, disappointment, despair, but having to give honor to the pain and the hurt that we have been through. There's a light that shines with us and in us with the sun. The sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. And it's very funny because it's crowned with the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is the card of contemplation, the card of saying, I might not have come back from that battle, and now that I have, what do I want? What do I need? What is my calling? And that's why it's also linked so profoundly with the Judgment card. It's us judging ourselves and saying, where is it that I want to be? How is it that I want to move forward within myself, within my desire, within my hopes, within my dreams? So, excuse me. So with the sun, we start to see ourselves rising. We start to see blessings coming forward, joy coming forward, passion, determination, insights, ideas. We're rising just like the Judgment card calls us to. There's a sense of a call that we have to follow, a song that we have to sing. You might find that there's a song playing in your head, and there's just this urge to find it online and be able to hear it, be able to dance to it, sing to it. And so during this time, there's this spark within us that we want to dance to, sing to, be guided by. And the sun is saying, let it shine. Let your energy, let your power, let your understanding shine forward. Let it guide you. Let it ignite you. Let it, open up your eyes in ways that you hadn't anticipated, that you didn't think it could be. But also note that during this time, especially in the realms of success, people are going to take you by eyes because they see your radiance, even if you don't see it yourself, Cancer. And they're going to think, why you and not me? If you're blessed, then I obviously can't be blessed. And that's the wrong mentality. But that's the mentality that is fostered during this time in our world in general. It's kind of like only one person can be on top, and everybody else gets to follow, but lesser. And this person doesn't realize that there is more out there than they realize, than they know, than they see, than they understand, and that blessings aren't just for one person. And even though you're blessed in this way, they can be blessed in the same way or in a different way, but they have to open their hearts up to it. And so here, you have your heart open up to it. Take in this blessing. Know that it does come with people taking you by eyes, with people saying, why not me? Why did you get this? Why didn't I get this? And this is where we're crowned with balance. We're crowned with the balance of our dreams and our desires. We're crowned with the balance of what we emotionally want and what we spiritually want. We're crowned with the balance of work and finances and everything in between. We're balancing it all. With temperance, there's a sense of seeing what is needed, of seeing the emotional truth, of seeing the spiritual understanding. Our angels are very much calling us in a very certain way, in a way that we hadn't anticipated, hadn't thought of before, and it starts to lead us forward. It starts to guide us more and more and more to ourselves, but it starts to guide us to the place where we need to honor the hurt and the pain that we've been through. We need to honor the doubts and the despairs and the misguided information. So here, when we look at our road and we see the mistakes that we made, this is not the time to say, well, I messed up, I can't move forward. This is the time to say, all right, I messed up and I get it. And it wasn't really a mess up. It was a lesson learned that I will never forget. And because of that, I am now stronger and better and more insightful, more powerful than I thought I was going to be. And I need to honor me, every single aspect of my journey, just not the successes. Because during this time, as we rise into our power, and we're also finding our voice more and more during this time, we're finding that it's easier to speak up where we usually would have stayed quiet. And we're finding that we want to speak up when we would have stayed quiet. This is a time where we need to talk, where we need to express, when we need to communicate. This is also a great time if you've ever wanted to write something or create a visual art piece. This is the time to go after it, or music, or just something to do with expression that's seen, felt, and heard. This is the time to go after it, because it frees you, but it also has success to it. It doesn't mean that it's going to be a bestseller or anything like that. It does mean that it's going to be very successful for you to let it come forward and for it to be seen. Yeah, maybe not by everyone, but there's a blessing here that comes with it. So in the realm of money, right? This is a time where we need to balance things, and we're rising. So this is a time where we might want to spend money kind of foolishly, like just kind of, letting it go, letting it be, be out in the world and bringing us instantaneous joy. This is a time to kind of balance that a little bit, to look at what is really needed, what we really want. And if we're trying to cover up any spending with hurt that we're feeling, with doubt that we have. So being mindful of that is going to be very important. There is a sense with career, you're shining. You absolutely are shining. Now you can call yourself back, like put yourself down a few notches by reminding yourself of the mistakes that you have made, but you shouldn't, because everybody's made mistakes, and you just have to honor yourself as you move forward. There's balance coming in the realm of money and career. There's a sense of finding the balance between the two of them, with everything that we want to accumulate, but also with wanting to have a life and a good quality of life. So that's going to be very important during this time. We can think that the light will shine forever. So do be mindful of that, because there is this bit of a golden touch that you have during this time here, Cancer. And there's going to be a sense of, I'll always have this. No, utilize this as much as you can right now, because it won't always shine so brightly. Now, our subconscious energy that we have to be mindful of is the Princess of Pentacles. The Princess of Pentacles is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but it's money. And we're doing a money and career reading. So what we have to be mindful of is the studying of money. Now, I know that sounds funny, but there's going to be something here where it's like, if I work out the pattern, I'll be able to do it. It's almost like gambling. So I don't know if anybody's thinking of, I laughed because I was just thinking of a friend of mine. I don't know if anybody's thinking of gambling or really kind of trying to work out like the horses or the football games or whatever. Just be very mindful of the pattern that you think you have figured out, because it needs to be tweaked a little bit, okay? It's just what Spirit is saying. And that might be for one very specific person who's listening. Our subconscious chakra message is meditation. The mind and the heart coming together. We need that calm in order to call forward the wealth, and in order to stay shining in that wealth and in that prosperity and in that power. Our subconscious rooted message is justice, balance. We have that with temperance. So temperance brings forward balance. Temperance is balance. Justice is going to be balanced, but it's going to be balanced for us. We're going to want during this time, Cancer, to bring balance to everybody else. And that's one way of doing it. But that's not going to be the right way during this time, because it's just going to drain us. It's going to overwhelm us. What we need to do is bring the balance into ourselves, call that balance forward, and see what we want and where we're headed. This is being discerning. This is saying, this energy can come in, this energy can't come in, this is taking too much of me away, this I'm not giving enough attention to. So we start to balance ourselves. And again, it's another major arcana card. So this time is setting us up for something very big to come. And if we don't honor what we have been through, and if we don't find the balance within ourselves and gain the power of our own voice, we're going to miss the blessing that's coming our way. Our subconscious crowning message is the devil, another major arcana card. Yes, we'll be stuck. We'll be stuck if we don't look at ourselves openly and honestly and say that, yes, I made mistakes. I've messed up, hurts, pains, disappointments. I get it. But I'm not being chained any longer to things of the past, to addictions, to doubts, to fears, to negativity, to perceived, blemishes on myself. I'm not. And then the devil starts to set us free. Actually, we start to walk away. We take off the chains and we say, I don't want to be here anymore. And we free ourselves from chaos and madness. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we call wealth and prosperity into our lives. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Cancer.